So again, you want to make sure that you're doing splinting as you need, right? Then you're gonna start to do gentle, active range of motion in a pain-free range. And the key thing here is you gotta make sure it's the whole thumb and nothing but the thumb, right? You gotta make sure the IP is moving, the MP is moving, the CMC is moving. You gotta make sure the wrist is moving. So you start doing gentle range motion, and you want to help them to get as pain-free as possible, right? And then you're gonna go ahead and then you're gonna move to, as they become more and more, as they gain more of that range of motion, then you can start to get a little bit greedy, right? Usually around the 6 to 8 week marker, you're getting a little bit of passive range of motion. Again, passive range of motion is very nuanced, right? You don't have to go ham on somebody's thumb. You can do gentle passive range of motion. You can gently move into it. You can gently hold it. You can start to do more isometrics. If you're doing passive range of motion, you can pair it up with isometrics so that you can get that stability. So you can teach them how to hold and how to move in a way that's going to get them that stability. And then again, it has to be pain-free. Has to be a relatively pain-free motion. Now, some of your patients might not be able to be completely pain-free, and that's just because some people are more painful than others. So you have to determine, is the pain just muscular or is the pain from the instability? And that's your job, right? But you want to work in a relatively pain-free range, and then only when they can start to do that can you increase them into strengthening. A lot of times people move into strengthening way too early, way too fast, while the patient still has pain and they don't have enough motion, and then that kind of can set someone off and put a lot of stress on their collateral ligament, on their stability. Now, you have to also, one of my biggest things when I'm working with my patients is I determine their body type. You have a loosey-goosey person or a stiff as a board person. You know, when I'm working with someone who tends to be a little loosey-goosey, their ligaments are a little bit like looser and they can get their motion back. Well, then you have to go slower and really pair it up with a little isometric strengthening, stability, so they don't have that sharpness of pain. Stretch those people out, so you gotta make sure that you're working with those people beyond just their thumbs.